One of the most important skills in real estate, as in life, is the ability to communicate effectively. Effective communication is the key to successful relationships, and your ability to effectively communicate in all forms will do more for your real estate career than any other single factor. As a winning real estate professional, there are three main ways in which you will communicate. Firstly, written communication. This includes paper-based communications and more importantly, these days, electronic communications using such tools as email, texting, listing descriptions, and social media. Next, phone communication. This is often our first point of contact and as such determines the first impression we make with our clients. Face-to-face communication. This allows us to use all of our senses: sight, speech, hearing, and body language. These days, one-on-one communication includes video links like Zoom. Also under this heading are presentations and printed sales materials that we use in our meetings. These three forms of communications are not islands of communications either. We often use more than one, if not all of them, during the same communication session. Therefore, if we want to be a winner, it is imperative that we are proficient in all forms of communications. Let's now look at written communication in a bit more depth. Correct spelling, grammar, and language are key to winning in written communications. It is amazing and unfortunate the number of marketing pieces that end up in clients' hands with all of the above errors, or at least one of them. Always get a third party to proofread and critique your written communications before they go out. Check also for brevity, purpose, and meaning. Could your meaning be misinterpreted? If so, reword it. Is it dated and signed off correctly? Are phone numbers accurate? Email addresses accurate? Does our call to action use an effective hook? If not, again, rewrite it. Be careful in your use of capitals. It is often considered to be shouting. Do you really want to be yelling at your prospects and clients? I don't think so. Think about your subject line. Is it punchy and to the point, or is it long-winded and just missing the point? Is the language you are using easily understood? If a 10-year-old could not understand the language you are using, it needs to be simplified. Your job is not to demonstrate how clever and educated you are. It is to clearly and concisely communicate such that the person reading it feels empowered and wants to communicate back with you. Emails and texting are perfect examples of where grammar, spelling, and language get forgotten. Also be extra careful when using predictive spelling and abbreviations. An often quoted example is of an elderly lady texting a friend whose husband had just passed away. Signing off her text, LOL. She thought it meant lots of love. The same goes for the use of emojis in business text. Use them sparingly, if at all, and don't forget to proofread before you press send. I find reading them out loud is a good way to pick up any errors I have made. Finally, never ever reply to a communication when angry or frustrated. If you must reply, create and save as a draft and come back to it several hours later or even the next morning. Better still, get someone else to craft the response for you. Winners create concise, reviewed content before pushing send. For a slight change of pace, let's now turn our attention to communicating by phone. The best use of phone communication is to set up a one-on-one meeting or face-to-face, either in person or over a video link like Zoom. Face-to-face meetings are always the preferred communication method. The real purpose of a phone call is to simply get us in front of our prospect or client. However, that is not always possible. When you do have to communicate by phone, remember, not all our senses are in play. Body language can be hard to interpret over the phone. Create an outline of the purpose of your call. Don't just waffle. This is a business call, not a social call. If you need a framework to base your call around, Ford is as good a framework as any. It stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams or desires, each of which are relatively safe areas of discussion. Avoid politics and religion at all costs. Wars have been fought over both of these, and that is not the type of communications we want to have with our prospects and clients. Consider that when you make the call, the person you are calling isn't expecting your call. You are interrupting their day. So be aware of this fact. Also consider, what is the benefit to the prospect client of listening to you? What problem are you trying to solve? What questions do you need to ask to get the answers you desire? Don't forget to smile while you dial. It can be felt at the other end of the line. And don't forget to take notes and transfer them to your CRM as a complete record. Now for the big one, face-to-face. Whenever possible, this is the preferred method for effective communication. It is the method winners choose whenever possible. The reason why this is the preferred method of communication is that the listener will judge the true meaning of what you are saying, not so much on what you actually say, but on what you do and your body language. According to the definitive book on body language, effective communication can be broken down as follows. 7% is verbal, what you actually say. 38% is vocal, how you say it. And 55% non-vocal, what you do and your body language. Forgo studying body language at your peril. Sadly, many salespeople never take the time to find out what is important to their prospect and client and why it is important. Without this knowledge, when it comes time to present to them, they will have little idea of what to leave out and what to concentrate on. They will go through life forever being a trier rather than a winner. Finally, learn the arts of listening, asking questions, and storytelling. A good conversationalist spends 20% of their time speaking and 80% listening. These are the attributes of true winners. Until next time, Grant Hackett, Smart Sale Real Estate, signing off.